Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. And welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day, making it wonderful, making it as positive it needs to be. Okay? We got some breaking news. I was going to do something completely different this morning, but we just got some breaking news on this particular case that we talked about a while ago. Of course, there's been a lot of talk and conversations about some other things revolving around this case, but I had to give it to you guys. You know what I mean? I had to, had to come in here and give you guys the information that's going on with this. And like I said, this is pretty wild, pretty interesting. This has come out of nowhere. And I know a lot of people are very happy. Myself, I'm happy about this because it's finally, we're wrapping it up. You know what I'm saying? It's finally, we're wrapping it up. It's a wrap. This is literally like about an hour old, this news. We got a lot to look into. We got a lot to talk about. We got some articles and everything to look into. And like I said, I had something else that I was going to talk to you guys about and then or cover with you guys today. And then this just broke. And I was like, you know what? Let me hop on here because this kind of, hopefully, I said it's over, but I'm saying for now, is it over? Is it over? For real? I don't know about all that, but anything's possible out here in these streets, okay? Anything is bloody possible. I know a lot of people are very shocked by this information. I myself am as well. It's surprising, but at the same time, I'm not complaining because I was ready for this bad boy to wrap up, and I'm hoping it's done. I'm hoping. I'm really, really hoping. So anyway, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to every single last one of y'all. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your day, making it a positive Monday. All right, I know some of y'all who are watching in other corners of the world right now, your day is already pretty much done. You're wrapping up your Monday and all that. If you had a good day, hopefully it was a positive one, but please send some positivity here on this show right now. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes as you guys start to file in. I appreciate you guys being here to talk about this breaking news. This is breaking. This just came hot and fresh out the doggone kitchen. All right. And we are going to be talking about it. Unfortunately, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but at the same time, I'm here to give you the information, okay? And do not forget to hit that subscribe button, all right? Your boy's working hard out here in these streets. And again, this is a piece of information that I think a lot of us wanted to hear, find out, see it through. So I promised you guys if there was anything going on with this particular case, we would talk about it and I would show it to you guys. And here we got it. All right, we got some information nonetheless, all right? So we got to get into some things. Let's get this conversation started, baby, because we got some things to talk about. Excuse me. So, yes, Charisma, thank you. She has smashed the like button. I really do appreciate it. Well, here it is, guys. You see the title down below. I mean, let's keep it real. Y'all read the title down below. So you already know, for the most part, what I'm going to talk about. But just kind of a little recap, okay? Months ago, there was a huge defamation trial. Basically the trial of the century, all right, between two movie stars. One by the name of Johnny Depp and another by the name of Amber Heard. They were going head-to-head in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Okay, a defamation lawsuit. She went and basically made claims on Johnny, basically saying, really just mind-blowing, surprising things throughout the entire One throughout the entire trial, but before that, she wrote an op-ed that she put into the Washington Post. If I'm correct, because obviously I'm dusting off some cobwebs right now myself with this particular case. She made a lot of very, very unbelievable claims about this gentleman, saying that everything from SA to A to DV, I mean, everything you can think of under the sun, she claimed. But during this particular trial, which we all watched on this channel and on many other channels, we watched as a family as this woman went to the stand and basically buckled under the pressure. Her lies were not matching, or her claims were not matching with the stories from what she has said in the past, so on and so forth. And of course, this got very, very bad for her. It was a bad look, etc. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out here that still believe there's still a hashtag going out here saying even now it's popping off like crazy right now in the Twitters, basically saying I stand with Amber, so on and so forth. And hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You stand with whoever you want to stand with. If you want to believe her, by all means, that's your prerogative, right? But when you see her testimonies that happened for days, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. I'm just going to say that. It's very, very hard to believe. All right. Now, obviously, there was a lot going on. She was found liable for defamation, and she ended up having to pay, or she was going to have to pay, lots of money to Johnny Depp. She was found liable on a lot of counts. Let's just say that, okay? Johnny Depp was found liable on one count, and it wasn't even his doing. It was because of his lawyer that spoke out of turn, which was very interesting indeed, all right? But now, after many, her team, Amber Heard's team, trying to appeal, trying to do another trial, basically saying that, just recently saying, oh, this was in the wrong area, we were in the wrong state, so on and so forth. I want a retrial type thing. Now we got this information, which is very surprising. Again, I'm just as surprised as anybody else. And it says it right here. AH settles Johnny's defamation case, and she only has to pay $1 million. She only has to pay $1 million now. I mean, it was multi-million dollars that she had to pay to Johnny Depp, to JD. Now she only has to pay $1 million. Now they've settled, so that means it's a wrap, from my understanding. Okay, that's why I said it's over for now. Is it really over? We don't know for sure, because you never know. All right. Okay. Like that, it makes no sense. All right. Doesn't make any sense with all this that's going down. Now, some people might be like, yay, it's over. I mean, for me, I'm happy that it's over. To me, I'm happy that it's over. But the settlement, is it justified? If you were on the team, if you were on the side of Johnny D, if you were on JD's side, and you see this information, does this make you smile, or does this make you feel some type of way? Okay. Just saying. Sorry, I'm reading some of your guys' comments. Hold on real quick. Sorry, reading some of you guys' stuff. But like I said, yeah, I'm not deleting anybody's comments, just so you guys know. I don't think any of my mods are in here quite yet. But like I said, this is going back into this, okay? This is something that's very, very interesting. All right. And again, I ask you guys, do you feel satisfied with this result? We're going to get into the article. We got a couple things to look at. She also came out with a statement that we have to look at as well. But of course, like I said, got to ask you guys the question, what's y'all thoughts on this? And of course, I know a lot of y'all are like, what is this? What's going on? Trust me, this is something that I'm hoping is the final nail in the coffin of this whole situation, right? That this case is officially done and we can all move on to greener pastures, move on to certain things. I do feel like regardless, even though I feel personally that this $1 million settlement is not enough, all right? To me, it's not enough for the years of ridicule that this man went through. And then to be, I'm sure the only thing that he wanted is to be exonerated and exonerated within the court of public opinion. And that's exactly what he got. But I do feel that her punishment, financially speaking, should be much, much more. But for him, if he feels that this is what if he feels satisfied that the general public, he's back in the arms of the general public now. People love him again for the most part. Some people do feel some type of way about this. There are still people out here that are standing with AH, which, hey, like I said, it's your prerogative, right? That's your prerogative. But at the same time, on the side of all this, is it enough? Well, we'll see. Okay. Now, let's get into this article here. So, a source close to Johnny Depp tells us he'll be making a pledge. Oh, well, okay. So, this is an update. Let me get to the actual article here really quick. So, Amber AH is closing the book on the defamation case brought by her ex-husband, JD, a decision that is going to cost her 7 figures, and a low 7 figures, $1 million, guys, $1 million hairs. And from my understanding, she won't have to pay it. It'll be paid. Wow, that's crazy. It'll be paid by her insurance company. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Stone Monkey. I saw your message earlier. But yeah, how does that work out? If the settlement is made and it's being paid by her insurance company, is she really getting the brunt of this? Is she really going to feel the blow of this? Again, I have to say, I don't think so. Amy Buchanan said it might be the insurance is also in litigation because she acted in malice. That could be it too. But like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. Lisa Lab TT Cross Pascal read it, and I'm sure he will look into it. We're talking about something else right now. Yeah, I don't know what TT Cross is trying to send, but if it's links and stuff like that, that has nothing to do with mods or anything. It just automatically gets kicked off. Just letting you guys know, okay? It's the programs don't like when you throw in links, okay? Like maybe from third parties and stuff like that. Just a heads up, y'all, okay? So anyway, it's very interesting. And yes, Ublu, yes, her insurance companies are suing her, but they still are going to have to pay out of pocket this $1 million settlement, which is very interesting. But like I said, let's continue. I don't get it. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it because I'm like, how is that fair? How is that fair? How is this going to make her or any person who's done something so bad, who's been found liable in a defamation lawsuit, how are they going to really learn from their lesson? Aside from public ridicule. We don't see her in any movies or TV shows. The last interview she ever did was on the one of those morning shows, Today or Good Morning America or something like that. Excuse me, where she was just literally, lying through her teeth and trying to throw an act on there as well. And that's just my personal opinion. When you see when you see her on that stand, it screams something completely different. Okay? It screams something completely different. Now you got people out here wanting to work. For example, you got people out here wanting to work with Johnny Depp again. You got him possibly working on the Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise again, bringing Captain Jack Sparrow back and all that stuff. He's back in the good graces of the public. Her, not so much. And even so, outside of that, she still she ain't even paying this out of pocket. I don't know. It just makes me feel some type of way about that. But let's continue in this, okay, guys? It's just weird. To me, it's weird. The actress just issued a lengthy statement, which we are going to look at here in a second, that she settled with Johnny. This is this as opposed to going through her appeal. I wonder why. Which she just recently filed, if I've been watching from the peripherals, okay? I've been watching from the stands. I haven't put it up and talked about it because I was like, you know what? We talked about JD and AH so damn much. I was like, you know what? We need a break. There's plenty of other stories to talk about. I'm going to step back as my other friends in the YouTube content creation world are already covering it as well. They're already doing a great job with it. I'm just going to let them do their thing. So there has been an appeal. They were trying to redo this whole damn trial all over again. Okay? From ground zero. Literally trying to take this from ground zero all over again. And for what reason? Because she felt that the L that she received was not justified. And then she said, or at least through her lawyers, they were saying, well, we were in the wrong state. So we should do this all over again. Real talk. She was trying. Let's just say that. She was really, really trying. Okay? So, of course, which, she recently filed this appeal. Okay? And I'm going to skip this part because we are going to read that part. Okay, her statement. So, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ, the article I'm reading here, Amber is going to shell out just $1 million to Johnny. But we're told it'll be money from her insurance company, not her own pocket. Again, is this really her learning from her mistakes? She's not even going to be penalized in a fiduciary manner, in a financial manner. She's not even going to feel the blow in her own pocket, which I find interesting. Okay? I find that extremely interesting. Now, wait a second. I see some comments. Hold on. Dandy Lioness said, I don't feel bad for her. She's getting everything she deserves, except for the financial blow. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. Unless there's some way that the insurance company is going to be like, okay, you're going to pay this. You're going to pay this back. But let's continue. As for what she has to say about it further, AH explains she never chose this and that all she ever did was defend and speak her truth, which she notes has destroyed her life via vilification through social media and beyond, which she calls a humiliation she can't relive again. AH says she did this to move forward and emancipate herself from this saga. Okay. Amber also makes sure to mention the fact that she has lost faith in the American legal system. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on now, man. Come on, man. Man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Man. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. She has lost faith in the American legal system. Wow. Having been found liable for defaming Johnny, whereas in the UK, the verdict came in her favor. Why do you think so? She had her hand in the system. She had her hand in their pocket over there. She had her hand in their pocket. And even the UK was going back and saying, well, wait a second, maybe what we had done wasn't so good. I mean, obviously they didn't do it with the Southern accent, but you feel me, right? They said maybe what we did was not right. Maybe we need to reinvestigate into this trial because she may have been committing perjury on the stand during the trial in the UK. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. She says she has exhausted almost all of her resources in fighting this thing here. And in the end, it seems she decided it's going to be a losing battle. It was a losing battle. You lost. You lost, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, you lost. Now, no matter which way you look at this, I'm sorry. I'm going to be real. No matter which side you're on, if you're like sitting there going, Team AH, or you're going Team Johnny, it doesn't matter. Whatever bias you lean on, at the end of the day, she was found liable for defamation on, I think it was all counts except one, I think. No, on all counts. I'm sorry. Every single last one of them. This was about your team and your performance on the stand. Oh, hey, and let's not forget all the people that you brought on, all the professionals that you brought on that were professional. They were expert witnesses. You had Eagle, the Smeagol Eagle looking Spiegel, the Eagle looking Meagle with his dry mouth going on. Okay, you had the psychologist. All right, you had the expert psychologist in there. I mean, all of it was just terrible. Every single last one of their performances were terrible. Then on top of that, hers as well. I mean, look, this is still from the actual testimonies, brothers and sisters. And you're telling me that the jury is going to believe this monstrosity of a... Your main girl just said, yeah, exactly. Her experts were a joke. Her testimony was trash. Yeah, let's not even forget her own sister, Raven McCall. Thank you, from downtown. Thank you. Not the dry mouth, exactly. No, you remember, he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's nasty. Okay? Even he was like, just terrible. All of them were bad. Okay? All of them terrible. So, regardless on what side you stand on, even if you stand with her, you cannot tell me that while you were watching all of their performances, I'm not just saying AH's, I'm saying all of their performances, you cannot tell me that you're watching that and going, yeah, go team. Well, they still got another one. They still got another expert. You know what I'm saying? There's another chance here. Damn. You can't tell me you were watching that feeling like their work was good. And let's not even forget about Elaine. Remember Elaine, the lead attorney for this whole thing? Did you see her perform? Come on, man. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around this, knowing that and still see people who are on the side of AH. still even after. And then some people are moving the goalpost. Some people are sitting, even Elaine was sitting there going, oh, it was the wind at some point. It was the wind. That day I had some yogurt, and that was the same day I found out I was lactose intolerant, and that yogurt was made with real milk. I didn't know, and I had some bubbles in my guts, and that's why my work was so bad. And I think I shared the same yogurt with every single one of these people as well, and so they all had bubble guts, even AH. So that's why she was all verklempt. She was just holding it in because of them bubble guts. Come on, baby. All right, I'm sorry. But I'm just stating facts here. Moving the goalpost. It was the wind type BS. That's all I'm saying. And yet still, she is walking out unscathed. Yes, I said it, unscathed, ladies and gentlemen. She's not paying the $100 million. Her insurance company is. So is she really learning from her lesson? Is she really getting that slap on the wrist? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some Matumbo-ish. You know what I'm saying? She's not getting that. Let me continue. Shall we? Let me continue. Moving the goalpost. And yet she's still out here. Did I say bubble guts? I did say. I said bubble guts. All right. One other thing. Amber says she's going to now focus on things that matter to her life, including working for causes she believes in, not to mention time with her daughter, which there's been rumors and all kinds of crazy stuff, which I don't even know if it's true at all, about this baby actually being hers or not, or if it's a rent for hire baby. It is the ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And if that's true, then if that rumor is true, then I'm just flabbergasted. Okay? But we will go into this article here or into her statement here in just a minute. But most important part, and of course, Johnny hasn't addressed the statement or hasn't addressed the settlement. I'm sorry. He has not said anything about this settlement at all whatsoever. But for what it's worth, the most important part of this story here is that bingo. AH settles with Johnny. It is over. At least within this article, within this story, this is over. This trial, this situation is over. She is settling. She has to pay $1 million. Well, you know what I'm saying. $1 million is going to be paid to Johnny Depp. Okay? JD will be getting $1 million from AH. But then I keep wondering, does he have to pay her still? Okay. Does she have to pay anything at all? Because that's kind of the question. Okay. That's kind of the question I have there too. Does he have to pay? I think he has to, isn't he supposed to pay something like $2 million? Some of the upwards of $2 million for something that had nothing to do with him saying anything, and it had to do with his lawyer yapping off in an interview? Doesn't he still have to pay $2 million? See, which is ridiculous too, if you really think about it. So who's really winning here, y'all? Who's really winning? Unless, Lisa Lab is exactly right. Unless they came to an agreement where he said, listen, you have a lot more that you have to pay me. Actually, how about this? You pay us $1 million. You waive whatever I have to pay you, and we're done. Maybe that's what it is. Okay? Aphid Star, you're exactly right. Maybe he felt like he already won. And he's like, hey, I walked in Fenty with, I was in Fenty Savage, Rihanna. You know what I mean? I was hanging out with Rihanna, walking and killing it in her show. People are coming back to me saying, Johnny baby. So maybe he's like, I don't need this. So you tell me, what do you want to do? You want to pay tens of millions of dollars to me? Or do you want to waive the $2 million that I owe you and you just pay me one? I'll just do you that solid because, hey, I got what I wanted. Okay? Maybe, you know what I mean? I got what I wanted. So let's just be what it is. Let's get it out. Let's get it on. I don't pay the $2 million. You pay me that $1 million and we can go on our merry little ways. What do you say, baby? Maybe. Or it might be her still getting money from him, which I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my God, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, oh boy. All right. Whoops. Okay, so she made a statement. As of recently, she made a statement. Let me see here. Don't forget to hit that like button down below, guys. That would really, really be appreciated. Okay. And hold on, I'm making sure. Hold on. I got another comment here I want to grab. I just saw. Yvonne hates injustice. We agree. I agree on that. I hate injustice as well. She says, as an actual survivor, I'm gutted. She used our stories, lied through her teeth, made it harder for female survivors. This feels like she got away with it. Sad face emoji. You know, okay. Thank you so much for saying this. And I appreciate you getting through those hard times and being a survivor. And for those of y'all who are watching the show that are survivors or surviving through these situations, I have to say, stay strong out there. Okay. And of course, if you can get out by any means necessary. And so thank you so much, Yvonne, for saying this, because I know a lot of survivors watch this show. But I feel the true truth of this, if she gets away with it, I think the proof will be shown with how Hollywood takes her. Because you got to remember, if they embrace her and she's back in these movies and she's doing big blockbuster flicks and all that stuff, then yes, I think 110% she got away with it. But if she's just doing crappy, not even doing anything at all, except, maybe puts out that book that allegedly she's going to be putting out. Outside of that, if she literally just goes and disappears, then she didn't get away with it. That would mean that Hollywood is not embracing her and not rocking with her at all. That would show to me that she didn't get away with it, except that she still did for a while. But because she's considered good looking and all that, and she used, like you said, used the stories of other survivors to thrust herself out there to seem important, she exploited the stories, like Yvonne said, of many, many survivors for her own for her own gain. And you could basically say it was a financial gain as well. It's disgusting. The truth really came out during that trial. We all saw it. It still blows my mind that people are still looking at that trial and saying, oh, no, she was a survivor. I just don't believe it. And the other thing is real quick left. I know this is a little bit of a left turn, but do you remember we were all watching it? Okay, maybe you weren't watching it with me on this channel. Maybe you're watching it on Popcorn Planet. Shoot, Nate the lawyer, Legal Bites. I mean, basically everybody and their mama was watching the trial live, right? But there was one moment in that trial where she steps from the stand, and as she's about to walk back to her table, right? They were going into a lunch break. Johnny gets up and his team get up. They're all starting to walk towards the door, which is right by the stand. That's where he's supposed to go, right? And she has this full-on freak out. She just has a panic attack right in front of everybody, acting like his presence was so demonic that she looked like she peed her pants right there in front of everybody. To me, that was the most ridiculous thing and the most disturbingly disgusting display of PTSD that I have ever seen. Like, she was making a mockery of the young men and the many men and women that are actual victims of DV and what they go through when they see the person that inflicted that kind of pain or that kind of violence on them. The fact that she tried to pull this and turn this into some sort of Oscar-winning performance is absolutely disturbing and disgusting to me. So to say this, that she got away with this, financially, I think she got away with this. But career-wise, I don't know yet because we haven't seen anything yet. I hope that she goes and disappears. That's what I hope she does. I hope she goes and raises her child and becomes a great mother and finds new passions in something else. But honestly, I don't ever want to see this woman on camera ever again. I don't ever want to see this woman on camera ever again. If she does end up on camera, I don't give a damn if it's a freaking Lifetime movie or a Hallmark movie. And you know those movies are trash, okay? If she is in those or a Hulu movie, man, shoot, F it. She on Crackle. I don't care. Then obviously she's gotten away with it. Okay? That's what I think. It'll be full on proof positive that she got away with it. If they're like, we're back here 5 years later after the tumultuous lawsuit trial of the century between JD and AH, and we're right here with AH trying to catch up with her. How are things now, AH? Like, I don't need to see that. I don't. She needs to go somewhere and disappear. That's what I think. Go kick rocks. Big on. And I don't ever want to see her ever again. Personally. I don't. Unless there's some crazy smoking gun piece of evidence that she keeps claiming that she has that is finally exposed, showing him towering over her, sweating, looking like a freaking monster, then let me see that. But until that, we still have hours of footage in trial acting a doggone fool. Okay? So, yeah, there won't be exactly your main girl. Okay? So, she made a statement recently. Okay? And also I want to say, Yvonne, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And yeah, I agree with you that it does feel like she got away with it. It does. I do wish she kind of got a little bit of that pain in her pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think she's ever going to fully feel this. I don't think her mindset is ever in that world. I don't think she's ever going to feel the repercussions emotionally, mentally. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying mentally to the point where she does something unthinkable. I'm just saying, like, where she's learning from her lessons. I don't think she's learned anything. So yeah, she got away with it in that regard. But it would be really, really frustrating if she out here having a grand old time. Like I'm sorry, I'm not with it. But she might have to go back. Yeah, Lisa, she might have to go back. Okay, she might. Hey, yo, lot of people who work in that industry make cashola. So you never know. She might have to go back. You know that whole story, right? The parties and stuff. Yeah. Go check out my other videos on this. I put this in a whole playlist. You could check it out for yourself. It is mind blowing as well. But going back to what I was saying here, she did make a statement. Okay. And I'm going to pull this up. The statement is interesting. Of course, I found this on a person who is on the side of AH, but it is what it is. Like I said, there's going to be people out here that are for her and some people are against her. But here is the statement, and it's lengthy. So ride with me. We're going to look at this cold turkey. So, after a great deal of deliberation, I have made a very difficult decision to settle the defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. It's important for me to say that I had never chose this. Okay, we're going to be breaking this down. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We're going to be breaking this down. Okay, so ride with me because I'm going to be pausing a lot. Okay, she just said, it's important for me to say I never chose this. Yes, you did. Okay. You did. You did. You wrote the op-ed. You did what? Okay. I know that's not, but even before the op-ed, you were in this relationship with this dude and then you put the pain on him. And then you wrote this op-ed and then you never chose the, okay. You wrote the op-ed. If you didn't want any of this, then you wouldn't have written that ish. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Oh, it's going to make me curse and crail. All right. Hold on. Immortal Badass, what's up, man? Thank you so much for being a member for the past 21 days, 21 months. I'm sorry, that's a long time. Woo! 21 months, he says in a membership chat. He says, laughing my ass off. This is an amazing gift for the holidays. Thanks, Pascal. Yeah, at the end of the day, it is very, very, it's good news because it means it's over. Okay? It's over. It's over. But at the same time, man, you can't help but react to this statement. So let's continue. She says, it's very important to me to say that I never chose this. I defended my truth. And in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. Oh my God. I think I'm going to have 7 hours on just this first paragraph because I can react to every single word that comes out of this statement. So let's continue. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward. Okay. Do you see she's already leaning? I'm saying it. I'm sorry. I love y'all. And again, let me say this, TWs. Okay? But this is some crazy this is cuckoo. She's leaning. Do you see what she's leaning hard on right now? At least in this paragraph. There's 2 other pages of this BS. All right? But I'm sorry. This is Kath Wales UK. Her truth, not the truth. Absolutely, Kath from Wales UK. Absolutely smashing. But yes, agreed 110%. It's her truth, not the truth. Okay? And the fact that she's leaning on the fact that she's saying she is a victim and trying to lean on the side of women and men who have stepped forward saying that they have been hurt by their loved ones or who they considered loved ones. is absolutely mind-blowing to me. But let's continue. Now, I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago and on terms I can agree to. I'm just going to let that sink in. Hold on. Now, I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago on terms I can agree to. Say what? Now, I can see the terms that she can agree to, meaning she ain't going to have to pay no $1 million. Okay. She might not have to pay not 1 million. It's like she doesn't have to pay that money. She doesn't have to pay multiples of millions of dollars anymore, tens of millions of dollars anymore. She don't have to do that anymore. So I can see her saying, but this is very megalomaniac ish. It's very egotistical. Crazy to me for her to sit here and go, now I can leave on my own terms. Yes, that I agreed to. This is what I wanted. Absolutely. No, you wanted to win and you didn't. So you have to settle. It's called settle. You settled. If you really got it on the terms that you wanted, you wouldn't have had to pay one doggone dime. Right? Okay. See, my dogs concur too. They're like, yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? See? He's like, tell him, Pascal, and I will. So let's continue. I have no admission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. So she gets to just yap. She gonna get to talk. This is not an act of concession. So she's sitting here going, I'm not bending a knee. Okay, she's not doing she ain't doing the boys to men. Okay, she ain't on bended knee. Okay, she ain't on bended knee. And there are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. So she won't. So she's sitting here saying that this is going to continue. She ain't going to stop. Come on, man. All right, there's more. I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder. Okay, so having lost faith in the American legal system, let me tell you something. The only reason why she's saying that about the American legal system is because she won across the pond in the UK because she had her hand in that system's pocket. That's it. She came over here, had crappy lawyers, or you know what? Actually, let me say this too, and this may be a little bit of a left turn. Y'all might be like, oh my God, clutch me pearls. Let me say this really quick. And maybe this might blow y'all's minds. But what if those lawyers were fire? What if Amber Heard's lawyers were absolute fire lawyers, but they were handed crap? You can bring in the best chef in the world, but if you give them ish, if you give them manure, there's only so much they can do with manure. They can't make manure taste any better. It's going to taste like manure. You feel me? So I just have to point that out. Yes, Elaine was trash. The whole team, okay, Rottenborn and all that stuff. They were all, to me, trash in how they stepped towards things and they played dirty and all that stuff. But at the same time, they were given manure. She got her money's worth. And that team did exactly what they needed to do. They did everything they could. They clawed tooth and nail through that bad boy. They fought. That's what I meant. Tooth and nail through that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? They even got a little, they undercut it like a mug. But they were also fed nothing but manure. What do you expect? What do you expect? They could have been fire lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, man, girl, you can't polish poo. You can't polish the poo. Okay? You just can't. So, just saying that out loud. She paid. She bought the best that her insurance money could buy, and they came in and they did their job. And I'm not, like I said, it's easy for us to just go in on that team, and yes, because they were representing evil. Okay, but at the same time, they were given ish, and you can't polish a poo. Okay, you just can't. So her sitting here going, "Oh, it's the legal system. The American legal system is the fault," is absolute trash to me. This is her grasping at straws. She did not have her hand in the legal system's pocket. The legal system's pocket, the American legal system pocket, said, oh no, no, you're going to have to fight this one and tell us the truth." That's basically what happened here. Let's continue because there's more. Hamburger. Okay. When I stood before a judge in the UK, notice how she goes into the UK. I was vindicated by robust, impartial, and fair system where I was protected from having to give the most worst moments of my testimony in front of the world's media, and where the court found I was subjected to DV and SV. In the US, however, I exhausted almost all my resources in advance of and during a trial in which I was subjected to a courtroom in which abundant direct evidence that corroborated my testimony was excluded, and in which popularity and power mattered more than reason and due process. Oh my golly. So she is going and saying, "Hey, I was there. I went to the UK. I was coddled. I was held with kid gloves. I was handled gently because the UK understood." But then she says, and of course, they were on the side and understanding of her being a victim of DV and SV. But then in the US, she came here. She says she exhausted all of her resources in advance of and during the trial, which she was subjected to a courtroom which abundant direct evidence that corroborated her testimony was excluded, and in which popularity and power mattered more than reason and due process. So she's basically trying to go after the court of public opinion. She's basically saying, like, the US didn't give a damn. The US courts didn't give a damn about any of that. All of it had to do with the court of public opinion. And of course, because Johnny is Johnny and AH is AH, of course people are going to side with Johnny because he's the household name that everybody loves and respects. AH is just Mira from Aquaman, right? Huh. You know, the one mistake I think happened on her side is her agreeing, or her team at least agreeing, to have this thing broadcast live. You see what I did there, Gigi? Yeah, you saw what I did. Yeah. Aquaman. Yeah. That was the mistake that happened. I think that's part of the mistake that happened here. Because you got to remember, everyone watched her in 4K or actually 720p. But, we all saw it live and in Technicolor, her and her performance. That's what we all waited for. We all wanted to see her take. We all wanted to see how she was going to react. And her reaction and her testimony was absolute trash. Then she was also going against a lot of things that she said in the past. She was double speaking, if that makes any sense, on things, contradicting things that she said in the past, so on and so forth. She made a fool out of herself. Live in Technicolor. It's really hard. And also, you got to remember, this wasn't only just the US watching this. This was the entire world watching this. Everybody and their mama was watching this from every corner of the world. Can you really say that that is the US court system, the US legal system that failed her? Or was it her own work, her own testimony that failed her? But again, everybody will do everything they can to look at it in a specific way so that they can sleep better at night. And this is exactly what she's doing right now. Let's continue. Even if my U.S. appeal, oh, I'm sorry, I'm way down. Well, hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Matter in the process. Okay. In the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that I simply cannot relive. All right. I know I keep stopping and stuff and keep reacting, but I have to say this, guys. She literally wrote this op-ed. Okay. She literally wrote this op-ed. Then she went on basically a whole speaking tour, if you will, where she was like a keynote speaker on, excuse me, on behalf of, to speak on behalf of men and women, victims and survivors of DV and SV, or SA, SV, whichever. She went out and did those things. We've seen countless videos of her going out and speaking on behalf of that, riding on the hashtag me as well. Okay? Riding on that like a mother lover. And now she's saying, in the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that I simply cannot relive. You decided to come out with this op-ed. You decided to come out saying that JD did these horrendous and terrible things to yourself. You put it out there. And if it wasn't true, if it wasn't true, the humiliation really comes from you. You created this. You made this bed. You definitely have to lie in it. And she's refusing. That's the problem. She's refusing to lie in it. This is just crazy to me. Even if my U.S. appeal was successful, the best outcome would be a retrial where a new jury would have to consider the evidence again. I simply cannot go through that for a third time. I don't think she wanted to go through people seeing her lie. I don't think she could handle lying on the stand again, especially when everybody and their mama has already seen the results and the verdict of this particular trial. She was walking in to, if she was going to do a third trial, she was walking into a losing battle already. There was going to be basically barely anybody that could go into that jury without some sort of bias, whether it's on her side or not on her side. It'd be impossible for anyone to go in there and see that and listen to her with fresh ears. Moving on to the next part. Time is precious, and I want to spend my time productively and purposefully. For too many years, I have been caged in an arduous and expensive legal process, which has shown itself unable to protect me and my right to free speech. I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, one that is not just financial, but also psychological, physical, and emotional. Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking her truth. But unfortunately, it is not uncommon. You see what she did there? You saw what happened there, right? Okay. She's doing the spin again. She's spinning and spinning and spinning. You know what I mean? The wheels be spinning. She's back to it. Okay. At first, she's saying, "Oh, it's a legal process. It's expensive. And I've been putting this through. I've been going through this, all that stuff." And now, and of course, she's still riding on the fact that she's saying this was freedom of speech. No, this is not freedom of speech. This was defamation. This was you lying. This was you making things up that were not true. Moving on. In settling this case, I'm also choosing the freedom to dedicate my time to the work that helped me heal after my divorce. Work that exists in the realms in which I feel seen, heard, and believed, and in which I know I can affect change. I wonder what the hell that is. I'm gonna be real. What that be, though? Because I don't know what that other is. It acting? Is it acting, though? Again, in settling this case, I'm also choosing to I'm also choosing the freedom to dedicate my time to the work that helped me heal after my divorce. What is that? Is it baking cookies? Like, what is it? Work that exists in the realms in which I feel seen, heard, and believed, and in which I know I can affect change. What is that? Activism? Because no one's going to believe her now. No one is. And let's be real. Remember, she's going to have a book. Allegedly, she's in talks, or there's like a multi-million-dollar deal on the table right now for a book written by yours truly. Not me. I mean, Amber Heard. You know what I mean? But real talk. Huh? So what are you talking about? And then it's like, yeah, some people are gonna watch that. Some people are gonna read that. Some people are gonna listen to her. Because like I said, I'm reading from a tweet right now. Screenshot tweets from somebody who says hashtag I stand with Amber Heard. Some people are commenting in the comment section in this tweet saying, I do believe that Amber Heard just walked away with a W. That's what I believe. That's what people are saying right now. Like, what? Okay. Continuing. We're going to continue. Okay. By the way, as we continue, please do not forget to hit that like button down below. All right. And of course, if you haven't done that yet, hit that subscribe button, baby. You know for a fact I do everything on this channel from pop culture, true crime, breaking news, controversy, politics, you name it. We talk about it all right here. Oh, and celebrity interviews. And if you haven't checked out my interview with Jennifer Lewis, Black-ish's very own legendary Jennifer Lewis, please go and check it out. It's in my celebrity interviews playlist. Go check it out. It is definitely one you don't want to miss. Okay. And of course, I also have my interview with Perez Hilton, which was absolutely fantastic as well. So take a look at that when you get some time as well. But let's continue on with this statement because there's still more. There's a little bit more. I will not be threatened, disheartened, or dissuaded by what happened from speaking the truth. No one can and no one will take that from me. She still believes that this is her truth. She still believes it. This is the hill that she is going to die on. Okay? This is the hill she will die on. My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have. Your voice is the most valuable asset you have, absolutely. If and only if you are speaking the truth. If you're lying through your teeth, your voice doesn't mean a damn thing. Just letting you know. For those of y'all who are, for those of y'all listening in the nosebleed seats out on the side, okay? You out here lying about somebody? You lying on your D like this? It's not good, y'all. It's not good. And I don't recommend it. Karma's a mother lover. Karma is a mother lover. So speak the truth. Speak truth to power, not lies in hopes that it'll be to power. Okay? That's disgusting. She literally said, "My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have." That's trash. I'm sorry. Then she says, I'd like to thank my outstanding appellate. Hopefully I said that word right. I'd never seen that word before. And original trial teams for their relentless hard work. I want to thank everyone who has supported me, and I turn my attention to the growing support that I have felt and seen publicly in the months since trial, and the efforts that have been made to show solidarity with my story. Any survivor knows that the ability to tell their story often feels like the only relief, and I cannot find enough words to tell you the hope your belief and I cannot find enough words to tell you the hope your belief in me inspires, not just for me, but for all of you. Thank you. See you soon. Okay. There's her statement. All 1, 2, 3, all 4 pages. I feel like she went into Google thesaurus and said, okay, I need to find another thing not saying teams. Not saying team. So I need to say appellate. Yes, appellate. That sounds good. But makes me wonder if she actually wrote this or not. But she probably did. Wouldn't be surprised. But there it is, guys. There's a lot to take in, these 4 pages, because it doesn't change nothing. To me, at least, it doesn't. It still makes me feel exactly how I felt about her before this whole thing went down. Well, actually, no. Actually, in all honesty, when I first heard about this story, about this situation and the accusations that she put on to JD, of course, because we're all good human beings, all right, in our natural sense, we want to believe survivors when they speak up, when they step forward. So when I heard this story first, it was when all the headlines were like Johnny Depp did this to AH and all that stuff, right? It blows your mind. It blows your mind, and you instantly are going, "Oh, how dare he do that? That's just disgusting." JD doesn't seem like the type to do this kind of thing. So when they went into the trial, I even said it, I think in the very, very beginning of the whole thing. I said, I don't know where I'm going to stand on this right now, but I'm definitely going to do a watch party with you guys because I wanted to see what your thoughts are, so on and so forth. But then as we started to watch, because I kind of hopped into the watch party live court stream thing a little late, right? Trial had already begun. A lot of other boring moments happened. I kind of hopped in when things got really thick, right? Thick and interesting. Thicker than a snicker, right? And even so, I was still skeptical because a part of me was like, no, this dude did all these things. This dude did some terrible things to this terrible team, to this woman. She did this terrible thing he did some terrible things to this woman. That's instantly what I thought, right? But as the trial goes on, I was like, oh my damn, this is terrible. She is totally showing all her cards. She's exposing absolutely everything. She is lying through her teeth. It is so known. It's so obvious what's going on. I quickly switched gears. At first, it was like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going to happen. And then you see her testimony, you're like, oh, wow, this is not good. And I'm glad, like Ann P just said, I'm so glad I watched. I'm glad I watched too, because I feel that the people that didn't watch the trial are still on the leaning on the side of, I stand with so on and so forth, right? The people who didn't watch what's going on with their own two eyes and ignored all the tabloids and all the salacious titles in the news, just watched her demeanor, just watched what she said as she was sitting in that stand talking. You can see without a shadow of a doubt the whole thing was a bold-faced, mother-loving act. Mother-loving lie. I think that's the reason why majority of the people that are looking at this, that are on the side of I think that's one of the main reasons. Maybe they didn't see what was going on in those trials. And myself, who is sitting there going, I always, of course, I'm a hardcore about being on the side of the right? Being on the side of the good. Then you see the trial. Because at first, it's easy. Of course, it's a no-brainer to side with the woman who's accusing the man of doing something and saying #me as well. It's natural instinct for every single last one of us to do that. Natural. But you can't avert your eyes to the train wreck that is of Amber Heard's testimony. It is an absolute train wreck. You just can't. You can't shake it, baby. You just can't. So then it changes your thoughts on that story and on that case and on these accusations. And then when the jury went and deliberated for a day or two or something like that, I forgot how many days, and they came back and said, you are liable for defamation on all counts, sweetheart. That says a lot too. It says that we're not blind. The ones that saw through the looking glass of this whole trial, we weren't the only people seeing the BS that was displayed before the whole world. Even the jury thought different. Even the jury sided with the court of public opinion, which is this woman committed defamation on this man. And I'm sure if they had more to say, they would have said more. They would have said a whole lot. This girl was lying through her teeth throughout the entire damn thing. Period, point blank. We all saw it. It just blows my mind that there are people still out here trying to side with her. But then again, hey, people still watch. People are still there's always some small group of people that always goes against the grain. That are always side on the bad. It just is what it is. You'd be surprised. Like, we talk about a missing person. There were times that we were talking about like missing person cases, and I'm not going to name anything in specific, but there would be people that will go out of their way to try to justify say a person of interests. They'll try to justify their actions. That like say that there was a main suspect involved in the missing person case. They'll sit there and try to side with that person as much as we can. Hell, man, F it. We talked about Quentin Simon, for example. There was a whole group of people trying to side with Leilani. There was a whole group of people trying to side with Billy Joe, trying to justify their actions, only to find out later, hey, what did Leilani do? How did Quentin Simon leave this earth? And yet, before all that, there was a group of people that were running through these internet streets trying to justify these women. So there's always somebody on the opposing side. Okay? There's always somebody out here going, oh no, she did no wrong when she clearly did. She was found guilty on all counts. That says a lot to me. That says a lot, but some people people are out here willing to die on a hill that I think is just not worth it. Not on this case. Well, I got a super chat. Pink Society, what's up? Thank you so much, Pink. For the 10, AH hired new lawyers after she fired Elaine. She did. And it's the same law firm, repping Bozy or Boozy. I think some more things are coming to light. I think that's why she settled. I think so too. Absolutely. That's why I think that's a good assumption. I think there's a lot of reasons why people, that's why she did what she needed. She did what she did. Because some truths are coming out. And of course, I haven't really gone into the Boozy situation that much. I know like Nate the Lawyer, I know Popcorn Planet, I know a bunch of other channels have been covering that. Steph the Alter Nerd, all that. I know that they've been covering that quite a bit. I've just been watching from the sidelines that whole situation. In fact, he's blocked everybody who's been in connection with anybody within that group. And it is what it is. But yeah, if there is a connection with that would be very, very interesting. And it'll be very interesting when we find out some more truths, because obviously there's something to do with Harry and Meghan Markle and all that stuff. Like I said, I've only dabbled, right? I'm like skimmed the surface of the situation with the Boozy situation. But it is very interesting nonetheless. So there it is, guys. She has settled for $1 million. And my question for you guys is this: is this fair? There's an update I need to pull up here. Let me pull up this update because I forgot to show you guys this. So let me show this to you guys as well. And this is according to TMZ at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. A source close to Johnny Depp tells us he'll be making a pledge followed by a contribution to several charities using the $1 million. Contrary to what AH says, our source tells us the judgment can still be used against her in the future if she repeats the defamatory allegations. Interesting. Depp's attorneys, Camille Vasquez and Benjamin Chu, tell us we are pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp, who made clear throughout this process his intent was to bring truth to light. They continue, this was never about money. Bang. Never about money. This was basically him just trying to get back in the graces of court of public opinion. The jury's unanimous decision, it was unanimous, again, unanimous decision that she lied and that she was wrong and that she committed defamation. Okay, so the jury's unanimous decision and the judgment in his favor against Miss H remained fully in place. And the payment of $1 million reinforces her acknowledgement of the legal system's rigorous pursuit for justice. But again, this is money that she ain't paying out of her own pocket. This is money that's going to be paid by her insurance company. That's it. This is a wrap. It is done. We can stick a fork in it finally because this goose was way overcooked. But at the same time, this does close a chapter in this whole saga. Now, you never know. She might go in and try to find another angle to sue him for something else. I don't know. I'm just hoping that she looks at this and says, and realizes it's time to just let it go, let it go. Like, it's time to go. Time to let it all go and move on. Like, just move the F on. That's what I'm hoping for with this. She can go on and start learning how to bake, okay? I don't give a damn. Learn how to make chocolates. I don't care. Just stop badgering, harassing, and putting Johnny Depp's name in a bad light. That's what I'm hoping. Okay? She needs to go have several seats from this point on. And I hope we never see her in any movies anytime soon. But then again, Mel Gibson's still making movies. So, hey, anything's possible. Welcome to Hollywood. It's a weird time. It's a weird time indeed. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here, chopping it up with me, being a part of the conversation. It really does mean a lot. Okay? Never a dull moment. I had something completely different planned to talk to you guys about today, but obviously this was breaking news. So I wanted to break that to you because I know some of you guys came on and subscribed to my channel solely because of the JD and AH trial. And I felt like this was kind of a nice way of closing the chapter. Again, I ask you guys, is this 110% fair? Is this fair to you? Does this work for you or not? That's the ongoing question that I have for you guys right now. Yeah, Mel Gibson's a good actor, but damn, that voicemail he left, that does it. That does it, Lisa. That just does it. Hope you get, like, come on. It's kind of hard to look at him the same, you know? But again, he's still making movies. He's still making movies. Moving on, guys. Moving on. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Some of y'all are saying, no, this is not fair. So in other words, it's a win for her. If you really think about it, it kind of is a win for her. Because she doesn't have to spend tens of millions of dollars anymore, guys. Not at all. She only has to pay $1 million. And also, on top of that, let's not forget this. She said, where did she say that? I will not be threatened, disheartened, blah, blah, blah. No one can, and no one will take that from me. My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have. She says something along the lines of, this is not messing with her, like, as far as, like, it's not going to stop her from being able to talk and speak out as well in her statements here. Okay. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. Let me show that to you guys before we walk out. She even says it right here at the very bottom of the screen, right here. Okay. She has, I have no admission. This is not an act of concession. So she's not bending a knee. And then she says, there are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. So she can continue speaking on behalf of the hashtag me as well. She could. Real talk, she could. But if she goes out and starts talking ill on JD's name, she going to get slapped with another lawsuit. You know for a fact she will. So there it is. This ain't stopping her. She will ride on this. She will ride this pony till the legs give out. That's a new one. That's like, she will ride this until the wheels fall off. She gonna ride that pony until the legs give out. Real talk. I think she gonna do that. Okay. I'm serious. I feel bad for Mr. Ed. Okay, guys, it's time to get going. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. All right. Hit that like button. Send it past 400 likes. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. This is the end of the road. We have come to the end of the road on this literal trial, this whole saga between Amber and JD or Johnny Depp. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is a W for Amber? Or do you think this is a W for Johnny? I think it's kind of a W for both. He gets to go off and do his Captain Jack Sparrow. She can kick rocks and go live in a cave somewhere and not have to spend a dime. So that's what it is. That's what I think. So hit that like button down below. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. And of course, please, by all means, do me that favor, okay? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Support this channel in any way you can. That would really, really mean a lot. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. I appreciate all y'all. Have a good one. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.